Hello everyone and welcome back to another Optc Cruise video. For this video we're going to go up against a team, or we're using a team that should be able to handle level 150. So we are using a few inaccessible characters, but this is very good for giving you as much damage as possible, while also giving you as many drops as possible. So we are running a friend captain Nami, we're using a Roger Gaban, and then also the German ship. Now, the German ship, I just wanted to use this because I recently got this mod too, which negates one turn, a special rewind, but I'm pretty sure it's not really even necessary whatsoever. Um, if you use the hack support, that's why I added the hack support, because he allows us to get around the rewind on Sabo and Koala. So if you have hack, then you don't need the German ship. I know most people will not have German mod 2, but it's not necessary. Mihawk, yo, ever since I got this character, I've just been using him so consistently. His special is just really good. The fact that you can use his super class as a crewmate, and it only requires you to have Zoro on the crew, which is very common and very easy to fulfill. He's just such an amazing character. We use him in conjunction with our friend Captain Nami's specials to get around all 12 turns of attack down on the final stage. Of course, our Roger Gaban is a very strong captain ability, so he's great to use. He also allows us to get around the threshold on stage 1 with his captain ability. And then Carrot is just going to solo stage 3 and 4 when it comes to completely bypassing the enemy's threshold, damage reduction, and barrier. Then Sabo and Koala is great for giving us a 3-turn attack boost for Free Spirit and Cerebral. They also generate recovery orbs with their swap effect, which is very important to get around the 2 stacks of hunger that the enemy is going to give us on the second stage. So once again, this is a very strange pirating adventures where we actually have to deal with gimmicks on stage 1 and 2. So 2 stacks of hunger, Sabo and Koala is going to help with that immensely. Then we have Zoro, who's there just for an orb boost. Mihawk is going to give us a chain growth rate buff, as well as any enemy increased damage taken with his special. We are going to be using his super class to help us give him a matching orb. We will be using the super type of our friend Captain Nami. Since we do have Koala and Carrot, we can proc Nami's abilities. Roger Gaban is great for giving us tertiary buffs like a color affinity, as well as a advantageous class effect buff. Although it's kind of irrelevant since our Mihawk isn't striker, the enemy has weakness to striker class. So if you are wanting to get to level 200, you will be wanting to build around that. Make sure that your character who is attacking is striker, as they get a free 2x damage. And of course, if you're using Roger Gaban, they will amplify that significantly. So very important for damage if you want to go to level 200 to build the team around that. But for this one, level 150, you don't need it. Mihawk is alone enough to deal a lot of damage. But that's about it. We have Dogstorm support, which is not necessary. Just makes us easier to kill on the third stage. The Otama support, I do recommend having that because it allows us to get around the paralysis orbs on the final stage. And if you want to build up your chain, then you can't have the paralysis orbs because there's a chance that your attack will fail because you will get paralysis when tapping on a character with a paralysis orb. So Otama is just going to change those into matching, allowing you to build your chain up and make sure you can get the kill at level 150, tapping with Mihawk last. But for most part, I'm pretty sure it's not required. Mihawk does a lot of damage anyways, as you'll see in the video, without even building up the chain much at all. And then, as I said before, hack support, very helpful if you don't have Roger, or you don't have the ship at mod 2. But that's about it. Nami is great. Unfortunately, we don't get the conditional attack boost from Nami. Or we do give, she gives the conditional attack boost, but it's not procced because we don't have 3 Straw Pirates on the crew, meaning that her paralysis will not go through enemy immunity. So it's kind of useless having that buff, but honestly, you don't need the damage. The team is already strong enough as it is. But yeah, these very minor tweaks, like making sure that Nami's paralysis does go through immunity, and also having a striker unit to attack the enemy, both of those things will help this team get to a level 200 quite easily. So if I do make those modifications, I will show you guys in another video. But as for now, we can go through the stage 1. As you can see, the enemy's threshold has been altered by our Roger Eligaban V2 captain ability, setting it to a 0% threshold, essentially removing it. Then stage 2, Bonnie's going to give us a 2 turns or 2 stacks of hunger. Now you want to make sure that you are killing those penguins in the background around Bonnie on the first turn, because if you don't kill them, they will give you 3 turns of special rewind each. Very, very deadly. So first 2 characters, you want to make sure you're getting rid of the hunger stacks, and then for your remaining 4 characters, kill 4 penguins. We will take the next turn to kill off Bonnie. But yeah, Sabo Koala is very helpful, and of course we are going to be getting 1 extra drop guaranteed from Sabo Koala, a 75% chance of another drop from your Zoro, and then another 75% chance from your Roger Eligaban. Now at this point you can use the special of Carrot to give you an orb boost, attack boost, and ability to go through the enemy's barrier. Carrot also make a lot of your orbs matching. I'm pretty sure every single natural orb will be matching for this stage. So damage is ridiculously easy. As you can see, there's literally no problem whatsoever when it comes to damage requirement. Now Koala is a bit tankier, but still very easy to get through, since we do have Carrot as the captain, getting through the enemy's damage reduction. The main thing is the bad orbs, but at this point you can swap Sabo Koala to give themselves a matching orb past the paralysis, and then you can use their special for a 3-turn attack boost lasting until the final stage. That will also change your left column slots into matching. You can use Mihawk's superclass at this point. On the final stage, Mihawk will get a poison orb, but since he gives the buff that prevents his orb from being changed, he will carry over that tandem orb. Besides that, we can actually save Zoro and just tap on our 2 strength units, killing off Koala very, very easily, not even needing to use Nami. Now the final stage, we can see we still have paralysis orbs, and then our Nami will also get a paralysis orb. That's why we need the Otama to get rid of those. It's a lot of turns of attack down, 12 turns. We can use our Zoro special for a 3.25x orb boost and inflicting the enemy with increased damage taken. We can then use our Roger Eligaban for a color affinity, as well as a chain multiplicative buff. Finally, we can use Nami, give herself a tandem orb. Her super tandem is much better than Mihawk's, so having that tandem orb on Nami is very important if you want the most damage possible. Finally, we can use Mihawk. That's going to give us a chain growth rate buff, which is not too important. The main thing is removing the attack down. Now at this point, we can tap on our female characters to get the super tandem of Nami activated, and then we can finish off with Mihawk, who should be dealing a lot of damage. Okay, so we didn't even need to tap on Mihawk. We did about 550 million, I think. Yeah, it should be about that. No, I think that was 55 million. I need to see the video back. But either way, Mihawk will be dealing much more damage than Nami, multiple times more. Of course, he has type advantage, the massive color affinity from our Roger Eligaban. So, quite happy with how that team turned out. Of course, since Mihawk is cerebral, he gets a lot of the buffs from Nami. So that's it for the team. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you have any questions about the team that I didn't answer, ask them down in the comments. Make sure to like and subscribe. Without further ado, I'll see you guys in the next one. Stay safe, peace, and I'm out.